Topic 64, Crafting Effective Topic Sentences. By the end of this podcast, you should be able to define the two jobs of an effective topic sentence and assess the effectiveness of various topic sentences based on that definition. In the previous podcast, we learned about the three parts of introductions to analytical essays: the hook, the bridge, and the thesis statement. As you move to body paragraphs, the subject of this and the following three podcasts, you will want to keep the thesis statement at the front of your mind, preferably by writing on a piece of paper taped to the wall or computer in front of you. The thesis statement should inform each topic sentence or the first sentence of each body paragraph. Though history teachers often eschew math, I do have a simple formula for an effective topic sentence, which I abbreviate as TS, both here and in the editing that I do for your papers online. TS equals thesis idea plus topic of paragraph. Okay, let's break this down. The thesis idea should be present in each topic sentence and in each paragraph. After all, if it's the thesis statement that you're trying to prove in your essay, how can the thesis idea be absent from any paragraph? Next, each paragraph should deal with one and only one topic. Ideally, you've already identified the distinct topics of your paragraphs during the pre-writing stage. In our example essay on slavery, we split the question up into three parts based on the question. 1, a description of slaves' responses to slavery. 2, a description of freed African Americans' responses to slavery. And 3, an analysis of how slavery changed between 1775 and 1830. Each of these topics found its way to the top label of a column in our graphic organizer, and thus each one will form its own paragraph. Many students enter college having only written a 3-paragraph essay. In our example, we would also write an essay with 3 body paragraphs. However, an analytical essay can have as few as 2 body paragraphs, depending on the question and your evidence. For example, if the evidence in the first 2 columns of our graphic organizer on slavery seems skimpy, we could combine these into 1 paragraph on African American responses to slavery overall. Let the wording of the question and the amount of evidence in the graphic organizer dictate how many paragraphs you will write. You should strive to write paragraphs of roughly equal length. In a 2 to 4 page paper, an ideal body paragraph will be between 1/2 and a full page. Once you've determined how many paragraphs you'll write, you should write a topic sentence for each one. Yes, write the topic sentence for the second and third paragraphs before writing the body of the first. Why? Well, it's the same reason we write the last sentence of the introduction, the thesis statement, before the hook. We're laying the foundation of the house with the thesis and putting up the studs with the topic sentences. The drywall and plaster are the evidence which comes later in the body paragraphs. So, what might effective sentences for our example essay question look like? First, refamiliarize with the question. Describe the responses of slaves and freed African Americans to slavery and analyze how the institution of slavery changed between 1775 and 1830. Next, review your thesis. While in the United States, the North abolished slavery between 1775 and 1830. At the same time, slavery in the South spread and grew more repressive, which led slaves to resist bondage through a variety of violent and nonviolent means, and encouraged freed African Americans to fight for abolition through church, literary, and activist organizations. Each topic sentence might be a simple rephrasing, but not copying, of a single part of the question. The first might read, one of the greatest paradoxes of the American Revolution was that it inspired the North to abolish slavery, while white Southerners took advantage of their newfound liberty to spread the institution, which became more repressive in the 19th century. While this statement adds some new facts about the Revolution and liberty, the basic idea in this topic sentence adheres to that found in the thesis. You may note, while this part of the question appeared last, I've chosen to discuss it first. You can do that too, as long as your reordering of the topics makes sense to you. For example, I see the changes in slavery as the cause of why slaves and freedmen responded the way they did. So it makes sense to me to discuss the changing nature of slavery first. I'd like you to take a moment to try and write the next two topic sentences on your own. Please pause this podcast now before peeking at my topic sentences. How'd you do? If you came up with something like the following, you should be okay. For paragraph number 2, my topic sentence is, slaves responded to the changing nature of slavery through a variety of means, some violent, some non-violent, others violent. My topic sentence for paragraph 3 is, freed African Americans also responded to the more repressive, growing institution of slavery in several ways, including political, religious, and literary activism. You may note that I use the word also in this last topic sentence to link back to the previous paragraph, and included a description of how slavery changed in the third topic sentence in order to refresh the reader's memory of exactly how it had changed. In paragraph 2, the reader had just read this analysis in the previous paragraph, so we didn't need that refresher. But by paragraph 3, the reader might need a little refresher. In this way, you can also vary the wording between two topic sentences, number 2 and number 3, that could, on their face, wind up being very similar and therefore uninteresting to the reader. Remember to take 15 or more minutes crafting each topic sentence of the essay before writing any body paragraph completely. In this way, you will map out the basic contours of your essay and have a greater chance of keeping your essay on track. Good luck, and see you in the next podcast.